Hello everyone, in this video we will solve compiler designs questions from June 2019 NET exam. Our first question is, replacing the expression 4 multiply 2.14 by 8.56 is known as, options are constant folding, induction variable, strength reduction, code reduction. Now this is code optimization problem. Before we find the answer for this question, let us see what are different code optimization techniques. First is constant folding. In this, the expression that contain the operands having constant values at compile time are evaluated. Like say if our expression is x equals to 2 plus 5 in our code, we will replace 2 plus 5 with 7. So it will save our time at runtime. So this will be done at compile time only. This is constant folding. Now you can relate that in given question, we have constant expression that is 4 into 2.14. We are evaluating it and replacing it with its result, that is 8.56. So answer for this question will be constant folding, that is option 1. But just for the sake of knowledge, let us see what are other optimization techniques. Next is constant propagation. In this, we substitute the value of variable at compile time. The condition is that the value of variable must not get altered in between. For example, say for a variable x, we have value 5. Now we have an expression like say L equals to x into y. If value of x, that is 5, will remain same throughout our code, so we will replace this variable x with value 5. So it will be 5 into y. The only condition is that this value of x should not get altered in our code. So this is constant propagation. We will make a detailed video on code optimization techniques very soon, and we will update its link in our description. Next is common sub-expression elimination. Expression that has been already calculated before and appears again in code is eliminated with previous result. Say our expression was x plus y and we have calculated its value at some point of time. Now again this expression x plus y appears after some time in our code. Then we will replace this expression x plus y with its value or its result in coming appearance of this same expression. This is common sub-expression elimination. Next is dead code elimination. Code which is unreachable or never executed is eliminated. For example, this is our code. I equals to 5. If I is less than 3, x equals to y plus z. Now we already know that value of I is 5. So I less than 3 will always be false. So this is our dead code, or the code which will never be executed. So we will remove this code, and after removing we are only left with I equals to 5. This is dead code elimination. Next is code movement. Expression whose value will not change throughout our looping structure will be placed outside the loop. For example, for I equals to 1, I less than 6, I plus plus. In this for loop, we have two statements, x equals to y plus z, a equals to a plus I. Now we can see that first statement will not change. We will get same result even if we execute this loop 100 times. So we will move this code or move this statement outside the loop. It will save our time, because rather than executing the same statement 5 times in the loop and getting same answer, we will execute this statement single time by placing it outside the loop. This is code movement. And last is strength reduction. It is replacing the expensive operators with simple and cheaper ones. For example, say we have x equals to 2 times of y. Now we all know that multiplication operator is expensive as compared to addition operator. So rather than doing 2 times of y, we will do y plus y. This is strength reduction. I hope that you got the basic idea. For detailed explanation, just wait for our video. We will shortly update a video on code optimization techniques in detail with easy examples. Next question is, shift reduce parser consists of A is input buffer, true, stack, true, parse table, true. Because shift reduce parser consists of all these 3, input buffer, stack as well as parse table. So right answer will be option 4, that is A, B and C. Next is, on translating the expression given below into quadruple representation, how many operations are required? This is our expression and we have to tell how many operations will be required. This is quite easy question. Just pause the video, do it yourself. This is our expression. So first is I into j, it is in bracket. So first we will evaluate this. Say this is our T1. Next we will evaluate E plus F. Say this is T2. So we will say that T1 is equals to I into j, T2 is equals to E plus F. Next, first we will solve expression in brackets, right? This is the correct sequence if you solve this expression. Next we will solve A into B. So this will be our T3. So we can say that T3 is equals to A into B, right? Now whatever will be the value of T3, it will be added with C. Right? So T4 will be equals to T3 plus C. This is done. Now we are left with 2 operators. One is addition and next is multiplication. Among these 2, first we will do multiplication, then addition. So we will multiply the result of T2, that is E plus F, with T4. T4 contains the result A into B plus C. So this will be our T5. So we will say T5 equals to T2 into T4. Correct? And last will be our addition operation. That will be T1 plus T5. So it will be stored in T6. So this is our quadruple representation. So in total we will need 6 operations. So right answer will be option 2, that is 6. So that was our last question in compiler design. Thank you all for watching this video. If you like our video, do subscribe and share our channel.